Okay, everyone, here we go. 8.9, the quadratic formula and the discriminant. This is the last lesson of Chapter 8. Here is a link to a YouTube video that we actually watched in class many weeks ago. It's the quadratic formula song to help you actually remember the format of the equation. Here's the quadratic formula right down here. This must be memorized. Okay? Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2a. That is the quadratic formula. It must be memorized. The song will help you. Now, notice in the formula there are three inputs, a, b, and c. So for each one of these problems, like here, example 1, you should identify A, B, and C at the very beginning. So A is the first number, which would be 6. B is the second number, which would be 5. C is the last number, which is actually negative 4 in this one. That 4 is negative. Okay? So you should always put your equations in standard form first, and then A, B, and C are just the first, second, and third numbers. Now we plug everything in. The negative of B. So x equals the negative of b. Well, b is 5, so the negative of that would be negative 5. Then you put this little plus minus symbol. Then you put a square root symbol. Make it long, because there's a lot to put underneath it. B squared, so 5 squared minus 4 times a, which is 6, times c, which is negative 4. The entire numerator divided by 2 times a. 2 times 6. And that's the setup. If you could at least set it up, you get half credit. Now you got to actually do the math. Now, when you do the math, you should always start by doing this first. Do what's under the radical first. So I'm going to rewrite x equals negative 5 plus or minus the square root of, so 5 squared is 25, minus 4 times 6 times negative 4. So 4 times 6 is 24, times negative 4, that's going to be negative 98, so it's going to be minus negative 98, and you obviously should use a calculator for that, which is over 12, so this becomes negative 5 plus or minus the square root, 25 minus negative 98 is going to be, what's that, 123 over 12. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, no, this is wrong. This should be 96. Sorry. 24 times 4. I'm doing this without a calculator in my head. 24 times 4, 96. Yeah, that's right now. So 25 minus negative 96 is, what's that, 121? Yeah, that's right now. Now, you do this. The square root of 121 is 11. So I'm going to rewrite it underneath here. Negative 5 plus or minus 11 over 12. Now, here's the main question that you're probably wondering. What is this plus minus symbol all about? That plus minus symbol represents two separate scenarios. It represents negative 5 plus 11 over 12 and negative 5 minus 11 over 12. You split it up into two separate scenarios, two separate equations, one with the plus and one with the minus. And then you simplify. Negative 5 plus 11 is 6 over 12, which simplifies to 1/2. And then negative 5 minus 11 is negative 16 over 12, which simplifies to negative 4/3. And those are your two answers. Those are the two roots. Your two x-intercepts, your two solutions, your two zeros. Those are all synonyms for one another. Those are your two answers to the quadratic formula, quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. Okay?